We're going to talk about the many different types of men a woman has. This video was sponsored by Dodo Bird Watches. Now, you can see all of the hours of time you wasted by cold approaching women who clearly aren't interested in you, swiping right and sending messages on dating sites, hoping to find your match, going to bars and buying women drinks after they told you they have a man, and staying in the friend zone, hoping to get some action from that chick who called you her bestie. The Dodo Bird Watch has a new built-in feature that sends a notification to your smartphone every time you get rejected by a potential partner. Now, you can keep track of the time it takes to get laid while being on your purpose.
You've been sleeping far too long, and now is the time to wake up. This is the Blu Pyll Exodus.
A woman usually have relationships with many different types of men at the same time. A lot of men tend to get caught up with women and then they start to think, this is my girl, nobody's gonna touch my girl. Don't think that you're the only one. The more you're awake to the reality of the situation, the less you're going to get caught out there when time comes. So let's talk about the different types of men that a woman has in her life at the same time. Now, the first one up is the friend zone friend. This is her platonic friend. She talks to him for hours, he does a lot of favors for her, and she uses him for an ego boost and to get free attention. He spends copious amounts of time with her, and she talks to him about the men that she's dating. She may dangle the carrot over this guy's head just to keep him around. She may sleep with him once in a blue moon, but she isn't truly sexually attracted to him. The next man up who you have is the lover. This is the guy who she is truly sexually attracted to. This is the guy who she lusts for. This is the guy who she is truly sexually uninhibited with. Now, this guy is her dirty little secret. She may not know much about him because he rarely discloses information to her like that. Now, because of his mysteriousness, he intrigues her. He makes her wet. She thinks about him every day, and she talks about him when she's around her girlfriends. Now, whatever this guy asks for, he gets. She gives her lover whatever he wants as long as he keeps her satisfied in bed. She hopes someday her lover will become her boyfriend. The lover is wise enough to know the way how women operate. He's wise enough to know that if he does become her boyfriend, things will never be the same. Things will just switch up and change. So as a result, he could never become her boyfriend. Okay, so the next guy on the list is the ATM provider. This is the guy who she goes to when she wants her bills paid. He buys her expensive gifts and gives her whatever she wants as long as she flirts with him. Most of the time, she is not usually sexually attracted to the ATM provider because he lacks confidence. As a result, he uses his money and resources to try to attract her and get her affection. The ATM provider usually never has game. He thinks he doesn't need it because he thinks money can solve all of his problems. So the next type of guy is fairly common and we all know him. This is the boyfriend/husband. This is her activities partner. He usually knows all of her family, friends, and coworkers. This is the guy who she travels with. In most cases, sex is very frequent with this guy as she tries to rope him in and love bomb him and get him attached. As time progresses, sex then tapers off and declines as she starts to get more comfortable in the relationship. She becomes too familiar with her boyfriend/husband and then she starts taking him for granted. What she will do afterwards is seek out her old lover or find a new one for her sexual desires. Okay, so the next person on the list is the work husband. This is the guy who she flirts with and seeks attention from when she's at work. Now, unbeknownst to you, she might be in a full-blown secret relationship with her work husband while she has a boyfriend or husband at home. Now, if she is, the work husband only exists from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. He takes her out to lunch, the backseat of his car, or sometimes they'll even meet at a motel. In most cases, the work husband usually has a girlfriend or wife already. But as a result, this makes him more attractive and desirable to her. So what she will do is start to compete for the work husband's attention. The next one might not be so popular if you haven't dated a single mother before. This is the son husband. It might seem self-explanatory. The son husband is her son who she treats like her husband. Now, this guy is Mr. Fix-It. He's her protector. He always sees things from his mother's side and he takes her point of view. She will usually get jealous if she finds out that her son has a girlfriend because she is afraid that the woman is going to take her son away from her. She thinks no woman is ever good enough for her little boy. Now, this guy usually has many traits of a codependent white knight beta male. Sometimes you will scratch your head and swear that her and her son are like husband and wife. She'll take direction and advice from this guy over her boyfriend, even her husband. The son husband is her emotional support. The son husband will always think that his mother is innocent and can do no wrong. He will always think that she's incapable of fallacy and foul play. The son husband always disregards evidence presented to him of his mother's wrongdoings. And because of this, she always hides behind the son husband whenever you try to hold her accountable for her actions. She is clever and she manipulates the son husband by buying him things to keep him on her side and in her pocket. Now, if she has multiple sons, it's usually the youngest or the oldest that gets the job and gets designated as her son husband. The son husband is given the job to protect his mom from the world at all costs. The son husband usually comes first. He usually comes before her boyfriend and sometimes even her husband. So moving on, we have her backup boyfriend. This guy is her plan B. This is the guy who she always keeps around in her back pocket just in case things go south with her first boyfriend or even her husband. She usually sees the backup boyfriend on and off. This guy is treated like her main boyfriend for short periods of time and then she goes ghost. The next guy in her arsenal is her gay guy friend. This guy knows all of her secrets. She tells him everything. She treats him like one of the girls, but he's a guy. So most of the time, this guy knows way more than her closest girlfriends. He gives her advice on how to manipulate the other types of men in her life. The gay guy friend usually has more influence over the woman than most of the different types of men in her life. Okay, so the last type of man in her life is the one that is the most annoying. These are the thirsty online simps. Now, these are the thirsty ass guys in her inbox and on her social media who feeds her with praise and admiration for everything and anything that she does online. They like all of her pics, especially the bad ones. You know, the ones that she should have never posted. They tell her good morning, good afternoon, and good night every single day. They try to be the perfect gentleman and they try to impress her by telling her how awesome she is. She's addicted to using these guys for free attention and validation. When things are not going her way in real life, she jumps online to social media and gets a quick ego boost from these thirsty online simps. She isn't attracted to them, and she doesn't have any plans soon of meeting them in real life. Now, she loves leading them on and making them believe that one day, just one day, they might have a shot with her. So that's basically some of the different types of men a woman would have around her. Sometimes these titles can overlap though, like the boyfriend/husband can also be the ATM/provider. So as a word to the wise, if you become her boyfriend/husband, it would be wise to expect that she has a multitude of different types of men in her life. Don't ever think that you are her only source for attention and validation. That's it for this video. If you disagree with me and think that you're the only guy that a woman has, do us all a favor and leave a comment down below. This is BPX signing off, saying that you don't have to be an alpha male, sigma male, red pill, black pill, purple pill, or even go MGTOW. But please, I'm begging you, please do not simp and be a white knight, blue pill, beta male provider. Later.